Hey, it's Richelle Shaw, author of The Million Dollar Equation of How to Build a Million Dollar Business in Las Vegas Without the Casinos. And I am the local money honey for our Fox 5 here in Las Vegas. So today I'm actually in my office. What? No fan? No fan? Because I actually don't have a ceiling fan in my office because the air conditioner works really well. So my hair is going to stay in place today. Won't that be fun? And it's not going to move all around and be all in my face. You seem so far away from me, though, because normally I've just got my little one right there, so close to me. So hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day. What's on my mind? So yesterday I talked to you a little bit about free cars, and I told you I'd tell you a story about the free cars and what free cars mean. So in my lifetime, I have received 4 cars that were totally free, 100% free to me. Not like, oh, well, here, we'll do down payment. No. I mean, absolutely free. So the key is, to a car, I've driven every car that there is, okay? Really nice cars, really crappy cars. And I figured out that very quickly what's important to me is that the car have air conditioning and a fan so that my air can blow. And that it starts up. You know, what's most reliable. So I could care less where I'm going. It doesn't define me. Okay? So we were talking about, you know, people don't buy from logic. They buy from a feeling. Because if they really bought from logic, then every person would think like me. As long as the car starts and the air conditioner works, that it's not uncomfortable and we're getting there safely, then they'd be super happy about buying the car, right? But that can't be true, because why is there a Mercedes? Why is there BMW? Why is there Lexus? Why is there super luxury brands? Because if it was all about a logical decision, then everybody would buy the cheapest car, right? The one that I can get the investment, as long as it could sit everybody in my family, then why would I ever pay extra? Why would I ever pay extra? So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Why would I ever pay extra? Because extra is getting to the customer where they are actually feeling, and in the gut is, why are they actually buying, and why should they buy from you? So no matter what your product or service is, if you're not communicating with the customer that way, you're going to have a reduction in sales. Okay, so hear me out a little bit, okay? So I just gave you an example about cars. So every probably 3 or 4 days, there is a car lender that sends me an opportunity to get a car loan with them. Okay. I haven't probably had a car payment in 7 years. Yeah. Remember, well, my very first car was given to me by my parents. When I moved to Las Vegas, I came here for free rent. My mother moved here, and I said, well, okay, I graduated from college. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, so I came here. I started working at the telephone company because, remember, I was dating 3 men in 3 different states, and I had a really high phone bill. And I met this guy who said, you know what, Richelle, you'd be great at my company. I said, wow, that'd be fun to work at the telephone. At least my bill would be free. That's all I was thinking about. Who knew that I would actually, you know, build it from this little tiny phone company to this major company. We were going public at one point right before I decided to buy it, you know, to several $million. And so as one of the bonuses, my boss decided to buy me a car. So I was driving my mom's car at the time because my convertible Bug that I drove here didn't make it. It was too hot. And so I'm driving my mom's car back and forth to work. And my boss called me in one day and said, hey, you know, you've been borrowing my car. I'm tired of guys stopping me on the side of the road going, hey, where's Richelle? And I go, that's not true. It's like, yeah. He goes, but I'd really like to buy your car. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So we start driving down where all the car dealerships are. And we passed Honda, we passed Nissan, we passed all of these. And he's asking me, you know, what's your favorite car, Richelle? I'm like, I don't care, because that's not my thing. Remember, that's not what defines me. That's not. I could care less. So I told him I'm just grateful to get a car, you know. So thank you very much. And so he tells me, well, I found this 1984 BMW. At the time, it was 1998. So really, 84? I don't care. I'm like, okay, you know, a car's a car. So we get to the BMW dealership, and I'm standing there with him, and the sales guy comes out, and he says, hi, you must be Miss Shaw. I said, yeah, I am. He's like, well, I've got the car for you. And so my boss says, yeah, you got that 84, right? And the guy goes, huh? He goes, yeah, that 1984 that I called you about. He goes, I have the cars that you called me about, but I'm not sure what you're talking about, sir. So he goes away. Oh, yeah, you can tell I'm in my office because there's a grandfather clock, right? Ding, ding, ding. So back to the story. So he goes away, and he comes back, and he says, so you ready? And I'm like, am I ready? Well, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Well, what is it? And he says, well, I have your car. And I said, well, I can't wait. Awesome. So he takes me outside, and my boss goes, yeah, Richelle, here's the 84. And the salesman looks at my boss and says, what are you talking about, sir? He said, Miss Shaw, I think he's just fooling you a little bit. I said, yeah. He said, all I have are the brand new 1998 528 BMWs. And if you look right over to your right, and so I looked over, and there were 8 sitting there in every color of the rainbow. And he said, all you really have to do is pick a color, so then I could finalize the paperwork. So I start doing the Oprah, right? Oh my God, I got a car. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I was beside myself. It was a beautiful car. I got a lot of activity in that car. Met a lot of people. It was a nice car, but at the end of the day, it was just a car. It still started up, still had to put gas in it. The tires, I still had to replace those, except for now, instead of $99, they were $400 a piece. It was just a car. So when you are selling your customer, you have to get them to have that feeling that I felt when I saw that it wasn't just the car that he said. Okay? You have to get customers to get really excited about what you're selling. And if you're selling something not sexy, like accounting or paper, really, how do you make them feel? How do you set yourself apart? How does the customer feel like this paper is better, right? If you're selling paper, what paper is paper, you think? You know, it's the rain. But if you notice, when you go to the copy store, there's 15 different varieties that they even show you. Because you can get shiny paper, you can get thin paper, you can get thicker paper, you can get the paper, are you printing in color, are you printing in black and white? What is it? So that it all sides helps you decide what is best for you. So at the end of the day, with the free cars, whichever, is you have to know what the customer likes and how they like to buy and what's really important to them. So I was giving this presentation, and there was handsome guy there who kept, you know, interrupting because he wanted me to see him. Okay, so I saw him. It's a bad idea, by the way, because then I just kind of pick on you, and I kept using him as an example. So we're talking, I happen to know what he drove, which at the time he drove a really, really expensive $125,000 Mercedes. And I was talking about knowing your customers. He's an insurance agent, and I helped him build a huge team here in Las Vegas. And then I was speaking to the other one, all of his agents, so he had over 60 agents, so he was making a considerable amount of money. And we were talking about setting yourself apart, and he says to me, well, you know, that's not true, and why are you saying, you know, people just buy, they buy on price? And I said, no, they don't. they buy because of a feeling. He goes, they buy on price. You know, if everything is the same. Really? Yeah. I said, so then why do you drive a $125,000 car? He looked at me. I said, you're not buying it because it just starts up. You're buying it because you're trying to get hot girls in it. You're buying it because it makes you feel more powerful. You're buying it because it makes you feel more sexy now that you're over your 50s. You bought it so that you could get back that youth exuberance. That's why you bought it, not because it gets you to where you have to go. Now, do you have any other questions about why people buy? Oops. He was married, and he was being a bad boy. So that's what happens. But at the end of the day, you have to know your customer. You have to understand why they're buying. And if you don't know that, why don't you take some time to do that today? All right, so that's my Richelle rant. Free cars, no fan, and in my office. Have a great one. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow for episode 15. All right, have an awesome one. See you. Bye.